and welcome. I'm John, and this is Unique Games and Rain. Guys, welcome back. This is the second part of the house build. For those of you new here, guys, sit back, relax. This is all the videos, terrain builds I do here are very simple. Some of them look complicated, but there's simple techniques to follow, and add them together and it's complicated. It looks complicated, but it's nice and easy, cheap and easy. Guys, all of my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a second, guys. Where we at? When I finished the last video, I tiled one side of the building, okay, and the other side tile was very time consuming, but it's not hard. It's easy, but it's just very time consuming. And then I would have to, you know, undercoat it all and all that sort of stuff, and it would have been like another day or two for that dries, and then some base colours, and another day or two. So I said, no, I need to snip it in the bud and just do part one, part two. Now, also when I was making the house, I was trying to gear up for the 24-hour paint change, which was Necrons. If you haven't seen that video, just go back and have a look at it, because it's, you know, the result was good, but it's, you know, you check it out and let me know what you think. But so I spent a lot more time prepping them for the challenge than I was spending on the house. You know, it happens. So what I've done to the house so far is I've done the other side of the roof, and I've undercut the whole thing black. So here we are, guys. You can see there's a few little bits coming through. Just there we go. Look, see them bow. That can't be helped. I mean, I could get under the spray, I suppose. Yeah, I could probably get under there with another little spray and give it a spray down. But I don't want to lose too much, you know, I don't want the card to warp or anything. Again, this is made from a cat food box. An empty cat food box. Yeah, there's sides. Let's come off a little nice. Yeah. Windows. There's the door. So now I'm going to put some base colours down. So the first thing you need to do when doing something like this is work out what colours you're going to use where. I'm not talking dry brushing or anything like that, I'm talking about base colours. So I already know that all these are going to be timber beams. Okay, so they're going to be like a browny colour with a light dry brush. This stonework, it's the door, the roof, you know, the wall's going to be like a clay type. I think Terminus Stone is the paint I'm going to use. It's sort of like a screaming skull, but it's sort of a little bit different. And then I'll probably give that a wash down afterwards. But that's what I'm going to do. That's where I'm at with that. I mean, hopefully this video is not a long video, because it's just, you know, just a follow up to the last one. So I'm going to crack on and start putting some base colours down, and I'll see you in a minute. I haven't gone for the big chunky colours, you know, like you know, this type size bowl. I've just gone straight to the Citadel paints. Now I've got two interesting colours here for the normal stone walls. I've got Terminus Stone, okay, which is like just off of Screaming Skull. You see, you know, no, let's not let me see because the light's right above us. Or Ogron Camo, which is like a greeny type, you know. I don't know, maybe I'll probably do one little panel bit with Terminus and another one with this, you know, Ogron colour, and leave it to dry and see which one I prefer. They're both airbrush paints, so you know they'll be quite watered down. And then I'll still leave them drab first of all, and I'm going to go across the woodwork on that. So I'm going to say, John, that's a bit of a dark brown, and you know, look, if I give it a dark brown, I can then give it a dry brush for a lighter brown. Get that watered down a little touch. Just again, because I have scraped all this up, so it will get into nooks and grooves quite nicely. If I water it down, that is. Take it straight from the pot. Lift it up so you can see. Oops, sorry guys, my bald head reflecting off the light. So I've got a paintbrush I have is too big for this, but I'm trying to get as much on it as possible before I go to a nicer brush. One thing I meant to say actually, and I'm doing this wrong, so I start from the top. keep saying this and I just keep doing my own mistake. You're supposed to start from the top. Why are you supposed to start from the top? Because if any mistakes run down the piece when you're doing the top, it's actually at the beginning, and then you can just crack on, cover it up afterwards. I'm just going to do, I don't know what colour I'm going to do the roof yet. Probably a terracotta red type thing. Because I can use this on the doors as well. The difference is on the doors, because they actually lolly stick, it's going to actually really look really nice, because that it will go into the grooves that are already on it. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do a few test colours here and let you see the few test colours, and then I'll crack on with the rest of it. Now the stonework here, okay, that is going to be painter's grey, and then, you know, normal dry brush, just a normal light grey or light grey, and the screaming sky over the top. Right, so there's a little bit of basic woodwork on. Seems down a little bit too much there. Now don't get me wrong, I still need to get, where are we? In here, just along that edge. But for the minute, I just want to do a few basic test colours and see how we look, and then leave it to dry. Just in small areas, and then decide which way I'm going to go with what colour. I mean, I know I've got washes I can use afterwards. That's not an issue to make it look weathered and shit and stuff like that. So first I'm going to go with the Terminus Stone. See the colour? No, you can't see because yeah, it's sort of off. So it looks like Screaming Skull. Don't get me wrong, it does look like Screaming Skull, but when it goes on and it starts to dry, it dries a bit darker. I had them on the wet pad together, so that's how I know they're very similar. So I'm just going to go in here with this and see how it looks. Let's put it on the stone, nice. On the wood, sorry, nice. Actually looks not too bad. Brush it clean. We'll go into the other one colour and have a look, see how that looks on the other side. This is more of a yellowy green. My first looks on them, the two colours, either one is probably viable, to be honest. Because this yellowy green colour makes it look dirty. But then would they have it dirty? They'd probably try and paint it with their lime paint and everything else to make it as bright as possible. There. That's your Ogron colour, and that's the Terminus Stone colour. So I'm going to leave that to dry, and then I'm going to come back and have a look to see which way I'm going to go with what colour, because so they both look pretty good. I think the Terminus Stone actually looks the better for me. It reminds me more of a Tudor type house, you know, with the black beams and the white walls. And anyway, see you soon, guys. Right, so here we are, guys. A lot of base colours on there. I've just realised something that I'm missing. A chimney. Oh, dearie me. So I might have to try and figure out how to do one on the side here. Just dawned on me a minute ago. I'm on this side so you can see this side. And the roofing is still a bit wet and it's looking a bit glazy, but that's not a big issue because I can wash that down with black wash afterwards. Now, you'll notice I actually went with the Ogron Camo, and then when that dried, or 95% dry, I then went over with the Terminus Stone. So it starts off that colour and ends up a mixture between the two. Okay, that's where we're at so far. So I need to try and figure out how to do a chimney. Ah, dear me. Anyway, guys, I'm going to crack back on with it. I'll see you soon. Okay, so here we are, guys. I've basically done a block, cut a V shape in the bottom, and drew a square in the top. Now I'm going to keep going through that square, keep going round and round with a ballpoint pen, and then get a blade in there and just take it down a little bit inside. So when undercoated black, it looks like it goes in. Now, without this focusing out, it's not perfect. So I might have to just, I don't know what to do here, because I should have done this first and I forgot about this until now. So I don't know. I'm going to keep working away on it and see what happens. See you in a minute, guys. Right. So I've made the chimney. Okay. I put on a bit of wire so it's easy to hold and let it dry. But it's a pain to paint. So that, as you can see, there's a few little white spots on it here and there. There's one up on that side. So when it's dry, I can then hold it and then get in with a smaller brush and just get those last little bits. It's roughly fits up here. Okay, so when I hot glue it on there, I'm going to have to then figure out what I'm going to do underneath. I would imagine it's probably going to be just a bit of flock or something underneath, just make it look like chimney's been pushed off, or I don't know yet. But now what to do with this? It's a bit shiny. I don't know if to give it a dark wash down, which is like shininess off, but I don't want to lose the red. But then I might just give it a lighter dry brush of like a white, not a white, but like a red, a light red. So it still stay red, but it just give it a different. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to experiment with 1 or 2 tiles and see how it looks. Okay, and then I'll come back to you then. See you, guys. Right, so I started doing a little bit of a Screaming Skull dry brush, and I was very happy. So I just carried on. Okay, you can see now at the moment this side, I've just done this side literally just now. So you can see this bit here is quite bright, but it dulls down to look like this. Okay, it's actually down here is the heavier parts, but up top here is the lighter parts. You can see it's already looking nice and aged and weathered. So now I'm going to crack on with the woodwork, I think. See you in a minute, guys. So now I'm going to do some woodwork. The brown that's on there at the moment is actually still leaves and drab. So now I'm going to go with some Baneblade brown. Okay, but this Baneblade brown it's got a bit gooey inside there, so it still works and it's still okay. It's just not the best. You see, I've got a very, very small brush. As you can see, sorry if the layout's a bit weird. What I'm going to do is dry brush across. Try and do it in lines, like this. This is going to pick up all of the wood effect nicely. Bear in mind, the windows are actually made from lolly stick, so they will have wood grain. You can see this one's already been done. This one's to be done. I don't know if you can make out a difference on there. Send that little once over so you can. You see the difference? I'll give you a close up actually. I'll bring it down and give you a close up of it so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. 1 second, guys. Okay, so you can see it. I did the bottom part here, as you can see. Yeah, that's the difference. Okay, the lighting's fading me a little bit here because it's absolutely pitch dark outside. So I'm probably going to leave this for now, and then you see the light just flickering on me crazy. I'll leave this for now and come back to it, and let me give you a good look at this actually. Look how gooey that is. I actually need one of those little vortex things. Anyway, I'm going to crack on. Well, I'm going to wrap this up now, and I'm going to crack on in the morning. See you in a minute, guys. Right, so I did the Bainbury Brown all the way around on the woodwork. Then I went for some Screaming Skull on the stonework, and I caught a bit of the wood by accident. It looked like a house, so I actually then just gave it a quick little once over here and there, and it was absolutely fantastic. Did the roof, the chimney, just a square block, drew the bricks on, cut the top out like I said. I just gave that a dry brush of black undercoat with some PVA glue. Screaming Skull, dry brush, it's done. Now, I also gave it some Frozen Camo shade, wash down on the Ogron Camo and Terminus Stone like wall parts, just to make it look a bit dirty and stuff. I can still see it's a little bit wet here and there, but it looks fantastic. The only thing I could have done to that extra is when that dries, probably give a little dry brush of some Screaming Skull or a dry brush of another colour. I could either go light to make it look like it's the highest points that are just not dirty because dirt's collecting behind it, or do it a dirty colour so that the highest points are the ones that are getting the dirt on it the most. I haven't put a sign or anything on there, so I could hang a little sign off of it, but it's not an issue for that. I'm going to bring you down and show you some pretty pictures. I've got an unpainted model here, well, it's semi-painted, Marauder Warrior, to give you a height scale. So guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. At this moment now, we're on 198 subscribers. Just absolutely mind-blowing. So a big thank you to everyone that's on the channel. I hope anything that I do helps you in any way. If you have any comments on it, chuck a comment below. If you have any questions for the week of Wednesday, which I forgot to mention, where's it just gone, chuck it on below, or go to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page, chuck it on there. It's not a problem. Or you can just go on there and then see the media on there and just message, go onto Messenger and message me that way. It's not a problem. Guys, so I'm going to show you pretty pictures now. Please hit the buttons for me. Until next time, take it easy, guys. Pretty pictures. Right, here we are. So let's get in. Here's the height scale. Let's say in front of the door. Okay. Now there is one bit I missed, totally missed here. What are you doing? Come on. Just along that woodwork there. Totally missed it, but that's not a big issue. There's the roof. And what do you guys think about the roof? I think the red I went with is a bit too glossy. So that's why I gave it a dry brush. I would have given it a dry brush anyway, but just... This chimney. How's that look? The only other thing I could have done, or I still could do, is put some flock onto it. Yeah, some clump foliage and stuff. Especially like in here, but the foam board, the inside of the foam board's a bit knackered. More so on this one, see it? But anyway, move the little man out of the way. Hold on a second, guys. Here we are. Let me come down. Oh, I think the light's starting to fail me a little bit. See how dirty the walls look? That Fusion camo shade with those two colours look amazing, because the Ogron camo comes through here and there, and the Terminus Stone comes through in other places. With the wash, looks fantastic. Yeah, especially like up there. See it? That's where the light's hitting it. That's where the actual light from the room's hitting it. Looks amazing. See the woodwork? It's nice. Yeah, there's a chimney from this side. Sorry, guys. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the buttons for me, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.